Meanwhile, Canadians who work in the marijuana business or invest were facing major confusion. If they disclose their investments at the U.S. border, will they be refused entry or risk being banned for life? Some clarity today, finally, as the U.S. announces some rules just 6 days out from legalization in Canada. The CBC's Catherine Cullen joins us now with the details. Hey, Catherine.
Hey, Vashi.
What are these new rules? What have we learned?
Yeah, well, we have a little bit of a clearer picture, and it's important to look at the context here. You might recall that article that came out from Politico a couple weeks ago that really did ramp up some of the concern around this issue, quoted a U.S. official by the name of Todd Owen, and he said in this article, quoted by Politico, that if you work in the marijuana industry, in the cannabis industry in Canada, that could be grounds for inadmissibility to the United States. If you are an investor and you don't work in the industry, but you just have, for instance, pot stocks, well, that could be viewed as facilitating the industry, and you could run into problems there too. So now we have a little bit of a clearer picture. This new statement out from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, it spells out fairly clearly what the rules are. It says a Canadian citizen working in or facilitating the proliferation of the legal marijuana industry in Canada, coming to the U.S. for reasons unrelated to the marijuana industry, will generally be admissible to the U.S. However, if a traveler is found to be coming to the U.S. for reasons related to the marijuana industry, they may be deemed inadmissible. Now, this all comes also with a reminder that you cannot import marijuana into the United States. You can't do that under Canadian law either, including under the new legal regime. And people are going to see a change if they haven't already when they head to the border and different points of entry. You know, expect to see some signage reminding you that perhaps if you have something in your pocket that might be legal in Canada, you should not bring it across the border.
And what has the response so far been like?
Yeah, certainly from people in the industry, there is a real sense of relief that they have a little bit more clarity about what's going on. I spoke to Chuck Rafici, cannabis company owner. Here's what he had to say.
I think it's great for a large number of employees joining cannabis firms as well as investors participating in the growth of the industry to know that they have some at least a little bit better certainty crossing to the U.S. Obviously, it's its own country, and the U.S. can decide to turn people away for a number of reasons. But I think it's great that they've issued that clarification.
And I do want to pick up on a word that he used there, Vashi, investors. Of course, the statement from U.S. Customs and Border Protection doesn't explicitly talk about investors, but that phrase, facilitating the proliferation of the legal marijuana industry, doesn't just roll off your tongue. That is understood, I think, by a lot of people to mean somebody who might have some sort of investments in the industry as well.
Okay, thanks a lot, Catherine. The CBC's Catherine Cullen.